Coach, is there any other better way to get into conference play by a 1-point buzzer beater victory? A lot of confidence, huh?
Well, I mean, there wasn't a whole lot that I'm happy with actually right now in terms of, we have to execute better. I thought we did a good job defensively in the last 5 minutes of that game at St. Francis, and we didn't score in the last 6 possessions, and we also didn't let them score in the last 8 possessions. So defensively, I thought that we made some good strides at the end of the game. Offensively, I think we have a lot of work to do, but when you can go 2-1 on the road, and this is I think 5 out of our last 6 years that we have opened with 2 games on the road in our league, which is, I guess to put it mildly, is disappointing. Here we are now in another year. I think it's our 3rd or 4th consecutive year that we have opened on the road, and then we come home after Christmas and open up with another one on the road. So our first 3 were on the road in the league.
On balance, Coach, how prepared do you feel the team is to get into the conference wars?
Yeah, I mean, I think that obviously we've played a lot of close games. It was a really close game down to the last seconds at Sanford. Won an overtime game, and then won a game obviously at St. Francis, although, those are the kind of things, now I'm distracted. Those are the, I think those are the things that get you ready. We're one of the few conferences in the country that opened up, that first weekend in December. We have our work cut out from us with a really good Detroit team that was picked to win the league. We're second in the league. And then, Wright State is probably the toughest place to play as there is. So we've got our hands full, but I think we're ready for it. I think we're ready for the challenge.
On paper, I mean, Detroit, this is probably the worst team to open up with this year, but I mean, Eli's out. I think I heard another guy's out.
Well, I think the only difference with them is the Holman kid being out. The Lowe kid, though, was a very, very good backup last year. He's 6'11", every bit the shot blocker, every bit the presence defensively. I don't think he's as good offensively as Holman is. And then they got, they still have got supposedly the player of the year in the conference at the point guard spot. The kid Simon's really, really good at the 2. So this is a very, very good basketball team. I think they're trying to find their identity a little bit. They've been on the road a ton. I mean, everybody kind of want to look at their record, but they haven't been home probably as much as we haven't. They are really in a stretch where they played in a tournament, played 3 or 4 games in a tournament, and then they played at Akron. So yes, they're losing some. They've lost some firepower, but they're still very capable.
Coach, you were talking about a couple weeks ago and before season Kendrick Perry and how he's been improving, but also alongside them Blake Allen. And then at Penn State, he had 25 points, career best. He leads Horizon League with 3.2 3-pointers a game. Where have you seen him been progressing?
Well, our guards, have played really good throughout this whole stretch. They've been very, very consistent. I think KP has grown. I think Blake's kind of been a consistent guy for us. If he gets a 3, he's going to knock it down. And it's all, what you put in, you take out. That kid, he's always in the gym. He's the epitome of a guy that makes commitments. I'm in yesterday, which is obviously Sunday, breaking down film for 5 or 6 hours, and I hear a ball bouncing, and it's Blake, in there getting some shots up on a Sunday. So he's been very consistent. Our backcourt play has been really good, and hopefully we're getting it where everybody else will kind of get up to speed with it.
Deshaun making making some big defensive plays. And
Oh, he's the reason why we won the game at St. Francis, offensively and defensively. Very disciplined at the offensive end, and made a big time three for us. We had a good gap, in that first half and then he got in foul trouble and they kind of closed it on us. He did a great job defensively, and he did a great job rebounding the basketball. The two things that I'm very, very happy with his game is how well he's rebounding the ball at the offensive and defensive end with great energy, and he's doing a really good job for us defensively. Had some big-time blocks for us down the stretch.
Coach, you said Wright State's one of the toughest places to play. What makes it so difficult going in there?
One is that they're good. That's they've been historically, they win 20 games a year, so that's one thing. I have no idea in terms of the real, why it makes them so hard to play there, but that's just not been a place that we've had some fairly good success in this league. On the road at different times over the time. We've won the game, a couple games at Detroit and Milwaukee and Loyola and UIC and have played really good at times at Green Bay, Cleveland State. The one place that we really haven't gotten over the hump on, is at Wright State. We had some good games there, but for some reason we just don't finish it there. We need to.